Hello, you guys. We're just giving people a few minutes to log in. Just giving people a few minutes to get the notification. Get your questions ready. I got a few minutes tonight. Hello, you guys. You should be able to hear me. I am not coming on tonight. I'm not cute enough. I was just up here working on some stuff and I said, let me make a video about this because I got a lot of other things coming, but this is something I can knock out really quick. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone doing tonight? I know Melissa was on here saying, is this still going? I was setting it up. I'm actually doing this from my cell phone. So I was trying out something new. I got a new phone coming. So things are just going to get better and better and better from here because the streaming software is upgraded. I really love the streaming software. And then I said, I need to upgrade my phone. So come next week, honey, I'll be working off a new phone. So yes, it's going. This is a real live. Hi, Kimberly Williams. We got Queen Intuitive L here. Hey, yeah, you finally made it live. Hey, keep it netty. Hey, girl, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And Queen came right on in with her question, you guys. So let's see what this question is. Okay, do you think it's smarter to invest into a salon or buy a townhome and build your own salon in the bottom, a more professional one? That's a loaded question. Because that's not to me, that's not a yes or no answer or A or B answer. It just depends on where you are. You have to do your research on the area and you have to run your numbers. So something like that to me is just not a, oh, this is the answer. That's the answer. It just really depends. Like, do you live in a rural area? Do you live in the inner city? Do you already have clientele built? What do the numbers look like? Either way, what is your home life set up? Is it set up to where you need to work from home? Would it work out better for you? Would you have to pay for daycare? There are so many different things to consider when making such a big decision like that. So I would really have to say the answer is um you would need a consultation because it depends on what the actual setup of your life is, you know. So something like that to me is a bigger piece of fruit to peel. There's no one real straightforward answer. And that's my real live answer. Like, if you want to really move forward with that, like a lot of people ask me questions and I tell them, I think you need to get a consultation. I think they think I'm just trying to get money. But time is money. But I mean, like a lot of things that people want to do, they ask me very loaded questions, and it's not something I could just answer in 3 minutes. Like if you really want my real expert advice, it would be worth the consultation. So when you're ready, you can hit me right there at Chicago Beauty Source. That's scrolling at the bottom, because that is really another loaded question, but it's a good question. And it's good that you're even thinking, that deep instead of just going, a lot of people get a few dollars and they just jump for something because they have a few dollars. And then a year later, they're out of business and out of money. So it's good that you're even thinking that way, that you want to break it down and make sure you're making the right decision. Okay, cool. So let's see here. You said personal one. I agree. Yeah, it is. And that's a loaded question. So you're looking for area. Okay. Single, no kids. So yeah, you do, because it's a lot more to it. And if you ever watch a lot of my other videos, I know some of them are long, but it's a lot of information in there. You'll know that it took me like 2 years to open my place. I took classes. I had a real business plan. I worked with the Small Business Administration. Like I took my time. I had to go to the library and do research and everything. Research the area that I opened in, because a lot of people just make decisions because they're good at something and they got some money. And if you want to be successful, you got to look at a lot of little details of it and really make sure. So, yeah, especially nowadays, because nowadays everything is so advanced and people have the internet. So the competition and everything is much stiffer. So you really got to be sure that you're making the right decisions with your money these days, because the competition is stiff. It's super stupid stiff. So, yeah. So I think what is the title of this video? I forgot. I think it's like, oh, I got my certification. Now what? Now what? And I wanted to cover this for a few reasons, because I have people in my inbox that someone said the other day, yay, I finally got my certification. I've started doing nails and I finally got my certification. And I said, great, because I don't ever want to be a hater. But for people who say they want to do this as a career, I said, I got to be clear and I want to clarify this all the way through. And I want to explain why I'm saying what I'm saying. And then I had someone email customer service about the class, which the class is, let me see if I can put this up here. I'm doing this from my cell phone. This is so crazy. Like, I love this software. Like, they have really, really, really stepped it up. But they were asking about this class, right? And so I'm like, they asked, like, do you get a certification with this class? And I'm like, no, there's no certificate at this class with this class. And they were like, oh, okay. They didn't seem upset or anything. I think they just asked. Now, I could have added on a certification with this, but I want to be very clear. I want to be very clear. And I might get some thumbs down on this video, but I don't care, because I'm telling you the truth and how it really goes in this world. I want people to understand what a certification is good for, what it is, and what it is not. Can you all hear me okay? Can you just let me know? Just a few people just put yes, yes, yes. I just want to make sure, because I'm working off my cell phone and this is new, and I just want to make sure, because this is my old cell phone. It's kind of raggedy. Just let me know something. Just tell me a little something. Just tell me something. Just say something, please. Can you hear me okay? I even got a new microphone. I got all type of new gadgets and stuff coming. I'm doing a darn thing. I'm kind of proud of myself. But just let me know if you can hear me or not. So let me go into this, because I don't want to make this a long video. I say that all the time. Okay, yes, yes, very clear, yes. Okay, good. I always say I don't want to make a long video, end up being a long video. Certifications. Oh, I'm gonna make some people mad, but I want y'all to understand the internet can trick you into anything it wants you to. It creates whatever it wants you to see. It can make you believe whatever it wants you to believe. Okay, understand that. Certifications, a lot of them that I'm saying, 98% of them have no weight whatsoever. I didn't want to hear that. For real. A lot of the certifications, like literally, a lot of the certifications that I'm seeing, all these lash classes you are all taking, everything, this stuff really, in the real professional world, according to the state board in your state, it means nothing. I could go to Office Max or go on Amazon and order some certificates and put it in my printer and print you off a certificate and charge you whatever I want to charge you and give you a certificate. Now, what I will tell you, what is happening is a lot of people are getting certificates because it looks good to put on the wall, number one, when you have people come to you. And number two, it makes you feel like you're being accomplished. I get that, you guys. I get that portion of it. I have certificates and different things too. There's nothing wrong with certifications, but I want people to understand it is not, I repeat, it is not a replacement for a license. Okay. And I'm seeing that the internet and all these gurus and all these beauty professionals, on the internet are making people believe because they're good at what they do. If you come spend $500 with me or you come spend $1,000 with me, I'm going to certify you, magically certify you, and you are going to be certified. So when that happens, then you're on the level I am. And that is not, I just want people to really, I just wonder if people really understand like that is not the case. A certification has no weight at all. If you want to go work in a professional place like a hotel, at a spa, um, if you want to go work any place professional or get with an agency or get on set for something or get with a union, that certification would mean nothing to them. I just want you all to understand because I see a lot of people trying to go around the license. There is no around the license. Okay. So I just really want to be clear with that because the internet and all these social media accounts and Instagram people, they are making that very popular. However, let me say this. These people are being very smart. You want to know what? Hold on. Uh-oh. Hold on. I don't even want to touch this. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. Are you guys still there? Are you ladies still there? I just want to make sure because I did something on my phone and it kind of froze. I told you this is my old phone. The new one is coming in 2 days. Can you all hear me? I just want to make sure before I keep talking. Before I keep talking, I don't want any good information to be lost. Okay, good. Okay. So I want to be very specific that I get it. I have certifications myself, and certifications are a good thing because to me, certifications mean that you're seeking knowledge and you are putting time, effort, and money into going after your craft. However, I do not want people to confuse that with becoming licensed in your profession because there are two different things. And if anything were to happen, you can't even get insurance with a certification. You're supposed that's where the license come in. You can't go get a professional job because this career will take you through ebbs and flows where you will have to go in sometimes and work for someone else in this industry. It's not always peaches and cream. Nails is just trendy right now. And I keep saying that it's just trendy right now. So everybody's able to work from home, make all this money. But sometimes this business falls off and it's not as trendy. And at that time, you will have to sometimes switch over and go work a corporate job. You cannot show them a certification. It will mean nothing because the certification doesn't give you a unique identifying number in a system showing that you have this license, showing that you have fulfilled everything according to the state board's regulations on what you should know to be working on people. So certification is just a certification. It looks good on the wall. It's really good. It's a really good effort, and it shows that you are moving towards it. But I think a lot of people are taking certifications and forgetting about becoming truly a professional in your field. I can give out a certification in anything. I can give out a certification right now in picking toenails. I can give a certification on how to eat popcorn correctly. I can literally print out certification for anything I want and sell it to you if I was, set up to do so. So I just don't want people to be confused about that at all, because I'm getting a lot of people that are asking about certifications more so than licenses. And just like this class right here that I had up, this class right here, I want to explain why I could have given a certification. It would have been nothing but me to hit a button to give a certification for this class right here. Okay. Now that is great acrylic every time. Now that class right there is for people who have problems with acrylic application. I show you the little tips and tricks on how to lay acrylic application great every time, and long lasting application where your clientele is going nowhere because you will have them, your services will last a month. Okay, that is what that class is for. Now I want you to think about something. You want a certification in that. Now, I could have did that, and the certification would have said, Tamika XYZ has completed great acrylic every time on this date, da 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 da, with the little fake gold seal or whatever. And you put that on the wall. But what does that really mean? Because this is a class for a person who is having problems, having trouble with laying really good acrylic that lasts. Does that mean that you're a master at it? See, a lot of this stuff is trickery, it's sorcery. And see, when people put stuff on the wall, people, like if you go to any person yourself for beauty services, you see all these certifications on a wall. We thinking that that person knows what they're doing because you see all the certifications. Certification really just means I went to go get extra help with something. I needed assistance with something and I went through and I got some help from someone. But it doesn't mean that you're still good at it. See, it doesn't mean that you're good at it, because this right here is just a very beginner course for people who can't really lay acrylic well at all. It's a basics course. So technically, if the person sat there and read the certification, this would be trickery because it would be like great acrylic every time, but you're still learning. And that's why you bought the classes, because it's a beginner class. So I didn't feel like it would be a certificate. If I do a certified class, it's going to be something that you're going to have to do way more work than this. You're going to have to do something where it's like a master course. And I'll say you've mastered this. You get what I'm saying? Now, let me skip forward a little bit, okay? I just want to be clear. I have nothing against certifications, okay? Nothing against it, okay? I hope you all are not mad at me. Are you all mad at me? Don't be mad at me, because I just keep it, real. I just really want to clarify this. I want this video to be up on the archive so people with these certifications to understand. Now, I'm going to keep going. Now, what I will say about certifications, they're popping up left and right because of social media, and people are exploiting certifications and just making up anything to give out a certification in or something they're good in, which is fine. But this is what certifications were really used for years ago. I wish Cece was here to tell you. Certifications are normally given out at professional beauty shows. Professional beauty shows. And usually when you go to those shows, you can sign up for classes. And at the end of the class, you will pay a fee. Yes, you would. And at the end of the class, you will receive your certification, which would have the little gold emblem, which means nothing. This is what you want, where a certification would mean something. Back in my day, when I was like really coming up in the industry, there would have to be a not a watermark. It would be a what is that? A notary stamp, like a stamp. Those people who can really give you certifications that really count. And you guys, if this right here, this is the beef of what I wanted to say. This is what I want to clarify. This is the important part. The certification would have continuing education hours, CEU hours, continuing education units, CEU, okay? Continuing education hours that you can use. Should be receiving a certificate at the end, and it has the gold emblem, but it also has a stamp, and that stamp has to be a note. It has to be an official stamp that was given to them with a certain notary number that allows them the official right to give you CEU hours. And that's what certification used to mean. You would keep that document on file, so when you renew your license and the state board ever ask you for proof that you have these hours, because you have to get so many hours when you renew your license, you should be able to produce those certifications with that emblem on it. And that emblem and that certification slash CEU paper would have the person who taught the class. If they have a certain number that is also, listen to me now, because this is real information. That certification also has a number of that person who taught the class. They have a number that is registered with the state. Okay. They have a state board regulated approved number to teach and give out CEU hours. And that is the certification that really counts. And that thing has to be in, I know it has to be embossed. It has to be embossed, and it has to have an official document with their license number with the state on it. And they usually have to give you 3 copies. There's a copy that is given to you. Y'all better listen, because this is how certifications really go. There's a copy that's given to you. There's a copy that they keep, and there's a copy that they mail off to the state board. That is the certification that counts, okay? So that's why I do get a little frustrated. And I haven't even went this deep and given no information on this level. And I got so much more, but you all got to understand, getting into this industry, I think a lot of people are being exploited by people who are not even licensed technically to give out real certifications. The certifications that you guys are paying $1,000 for, $500 for, $2,000 for lashes and makeup and nails and all this stuff. It has no weight, no bearing. And the people that are giving it, they can't give you anything official on it. It's just something that looks good on the wall. Now, it is good to have it because it looks like you're really deep into your passion. It shows your customers that you care. But what really matters is that license, you guys. Okay? So I'm going to go to the comments, but I had to break that all the way down. I'm going to tell you something else. If you think about it, you can't walk up in no nail supply store with no certification either. It has no number on it. Certifications have no number that mean anything. Anything that's official, if you don't remember anything else, remember this. Anything that's official has a number attached to it. Account number, some type of document number attached to it. All these certifications for these other classes are just certifications. They look good on the wall, but a lot of people are confusing this for not going to school. You need the license at some point. At some point. Okay, I'm going to read comments. Okay. Queen Intuitive said, is the license cosmetology or nail license? Any license that you're going for. So if you're a hairstylist or you're an esthetician or whatever it is you're doing, if you don't have that license that you're supposed to have, then that's the one thing that really matters. So the certifications for the classes that you're taking, they're just classes saying that you went to learn a little more, but they mean nothing to anyone except for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, they have no official weight nowhere. It doesn't mean anything to the city that you're in, the county that you're in, or the state that you're in. It's just something to say that you went, and it's something that somebody printed out, and they bought some stuff from Office Max and they just printed it out on their computer and gave it to you. I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to realize that, but that is the truth. If you didn't go to an official class where a person was able to emboss it and give you a copy, see, it has to be an official document, because those copies of those type of official certifications have document numbers, because that stuff goes on record, because you're supposed to get CU hours. See, things have changed, but that is still relevant. But a lot of people are not really, they're not licensed to give you CEU hours. So they're just giving out blank certifications. Get it? They're not licensed to give you. You're supposed to, back in the day when we took a class, we were looking for CEU hours. And Cece would tell you, she was here. When we go to take classes, we'd be like, how many CEU hours they giving? If we go to Sally Beauty Supply and take a class, they're giving away certifications, because Sally Beauty Supply is licensed in their respective states to give out hours. And so, yeah, we get a certificate, but that certificate is going to have it's going to be embossed on there, and it's going to have their license number to administer or to distribute CEU hours. And usually most classes give out 2 CEU hours, 2 to 3 CEU hours. We need 10 CEU hours as nail techs, and we have to renew them every 2 years. And you have to have 10 CEU hours. And so when you're getting certifications and you all are spending all this damn money, you should be getting some type of hours out of it. But what's happening is a lot of people are going and spending money with whoever is the most popular online, and they're not even getting what the most that they could. Yeah, you're getting a glimpse into how they do what they do so well, but are you really getting everything? No, it's not helping you towards being official. So it's good to take and get certifications because there are a lot of talented people out here, but I think that a lot of people are missing the boat on official certifications versus just certifications. Okay. I want to clarify that. I came on live at midnight to talk about this. Okay. Kimberly said the class is extremely helpful. If you don't have it, get on it. Yes. So she's talking about this class right here. And don't forget, you guys, I'm on my cell phone. She's talking about this class right here, Great Acrylic Every Time. And it breaks it down. But I'm going to be honest with you. This class right here, I wouldn't really, I don't feel like it needed a certification because it's a beginner class. I feel like you shouldn't receive things like that until you're a master, like you've learned everything there is to know. This is very beginner. I could have put it on there, and I'm not against certificates, but it just wasn't that deep for me. I mean, I think people are worried about the wrong thing. You want to be good, and this was just like helping people get over that hurdle of laying good acrylic, the foundation of it all. So thank you so much for saying that. Which acrylic brand do I think is best to invest into to work with long term? So people have asked me that a lot of times. I'm a product whore, so I'm not committed to any brand. And if I say a brand, I don't want everyone to go out and buy it because it depends on what works best for you. When you're first starting out laying acrylic, you have to work with different ones. A lot of people go with what's popular. I'm very old school. I say the same thing over and over because it's the truth. When it comes to the liquid, I do nothing but Easy Flow. If I cannot get my hands on Easy Flow, which is very old school, Easy Flow is good for me because it is what it is. It's easy flowing. It's not too runny and it's not too stiff. It's just in between, and I've mastered and I know how it works. When it comes to the polymer or the powder, so that was the monomer. When it comes to the powder or the polymer, I am a whore for real. I'm all over the place. No protection. I got all kind of powders. I do, because I know Easy Flow monomer liquid so well that I can work with any powder. So I think you have to find the liquid that works for you. Now, I will tell you that my backup liquid will be Young Nails. Young Nails. However, I find that Young Nails is a little beginnerish for me. It's a little slow for me. But if I cannot get my hands on Easy Flow, I will work with some Young Nails, but I have to adjust myself because Young Nails is a little slow for me. But I think they have a speed one. But I'll just buy a little thing of Young Nails, but that's just me. So you have to kind of you have to kind of get your feel and find out what works best for you. Who cares if they're mad you're experiencing speaking from the truth, period. I had to clarify that because I think a lot of people think they can get around school. There's no getting around school, and you're going to hit a brick wall with that sooner or later. Nails is just popular right now. Just right now. This job is a job, and it goes through layoff periods and all that. And a lot of people don't make the cut because they have not did their due diligence because everybody want microwave dreams and microwave success. It ain't no microwave success. It's microwave temporary money, fast money in this business right now. That's all it is. But I want people who really wanted to survive, and I want people to do it the right way so they don't have to hurt themselves or bump their heads so much. Hey, Sarah, you said you're here, but you're late. You appreciate. Okay, good. Gems drop. Awesome information. Thank you. Good. Let me put up what she just said. I haven't even read it. I look at some certification like continuing education after you get your license to build upon your education or something you want to learn more, but you have no access to a lot like someone else with the license. Let me read it again. I look at some certification like, right. That's what I'm saying. Like after you get your license, that's what certifications were set up for. Okay. They've taken it someplace else. And it's helpful, but it's not as helpful as it used to be, because when you went to a class back in the day and got a certification, it gave you some hours, something that could be documented and recorded. And a lot of people are going around this and they're not getting what they need out of it. And they're going to hurt themselves in the long run because you never got what you needed, was that official document. You gave this person $500. You given this person $1,000, and now you've gotten better. Yeah, you've gotten better, but darn, you still not legal. I want everyone to work towards getting legal. Let's work on that plan. You know, the certification on the wall looks good to a client. It makes the client feel secure, whatever, but you never know. Life is happening, and sometimes your clientele slows down. Everybody has slow periods. And when you have those slow periods, you might have to go get a job. Do you really want to step out of nails and have to go do Uber, or go back and get a factory job, or do something at night processing checks or something, just because it's a slow period? No. If you are licensed, then you can go still stay in your field and possibly learn more, because when you work in those professional spas, you learn from a different angle. So we got to be strategic. And I have nothing against certifications. I want people to think about what they're getting into with the certifications. I want people to understand that the certification is not a substitute. So yeah. Oh wow. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Queen Intuitive L. You said thank you for your advice. I'll be booking consultation tomorrow. Yes, on Chicago Beauty Source under education. And so yeah, that indefinitely, like I said, it's not even expensive. And I buy consultations. I say this all the time. I still buy consultations and take classes, and I still get certifications. However, I'm always looking to make everything line up legit and on paper correctly. All the other stuff is supposed to be an add-on. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All of this helps with this channel because, like I just told you, I just broke down and bought a phone. That phone was a lot. I got the iPhone Pro Max with the maximum memory, almost right next to the maximum memory. That is not a cheap phone. That's one of the most expensive phones. I bought a microphone so that my voice sounds better. I bought lighting so when I'm out, I can be filming, live with professional equipment. Like, I bought professional equipment this week. I spent a lot of money this week on just doing this, my vlogging for both channels, because did you all, who has seen my new video on my other channel, the Chicago Show? I got a new channel. It's called the Chicago Show. And on the Chicago Show, that's more personal to me. And there's a video up there. And you can see more about who I am outside of nails. But anyway, let me go back. I spend a lot of content creators. We spend a lot of money trying to make it better on software, subscriptions for this editing software, all this little stuff, those little commercials and stuff. We pay subscriptions. So this really helps. Like, trust me, it all really helps. So thank you so much. So are there any other comments or anything like that? Because I just wanted to clarify what the certification is for. Certifications are good, but it's not a substitute. And I want to explain the history of how certifications were used in this industry before social media. Social media kind of put a twist on it. Nothing wrong with it, but it's not a substitute. Okay, cool, Kimberly. I'm reading. What else did I want to say about that? Oh, I'm still working on the classes and all of that. I'm really busy a lot. Like, if you knew, I'm super busy. Books are back in. This new shipment of books finally came in. I had kind of sold out, even though I had them up there because I knew that those were in transit. We got a couple of cases of the hard copy books. They are in now. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover on this subject. Certifications are great. You got your certification, now what? If you don't have your license, the goal is still the license. If you do have your license, keep getting your certifications. But I want you guys to do this for me. Like, really start just doing this one little thing. It's kind of important. This is real talk. I want you all to start, for you licensed people, I want you to start looking for certifications or classes that offer CEU hours. Now, those may not be the classes that teach you all the latest and greatest tricks and everything, but start making some of your dollars work for you. Start putting some certifications, towards your hours, because when you renew, you're supposed to have hours. So just start paying attention to that. Things like I think Barbicide had a class. I don't know if they gave hours. Sally Beauty Supply. You can even Google classes in your area. There are a lot of official people that are licensed by the state that can teach classes and give you hours. Just think about that as well, on top of all the fanciest, latest tips and tricks, because those don't give you any hours. It's still COVID because there's this many people on a live on a Saturday night. I wouldn't even be on here on a Saturday night. Okay. So it's definitely COVID still. But it is what it is. So any other questions? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Talk to me. What up? What up, fam? What's going on? Talk to me. Now, continuing education stands for CEU. So we say continuing education, but I think CEU is like continuing education unit, because CEU hours is continuing education unit hours. So when you take classes, see, they don't do that a lot now, because there used to be a lot of shows like Nail Pro and Nails. They used to have all these shows all the time, all around the country, and everybody would come from all around the country. If I have any older nail techs who watch this video, they'll tell you thousands of nail techs will come to Georgia, to California. They still do it, but it used to be really big back then. And you come take these classes and you would get CEU hours, and you would get the booklet when you come to the show. It was a big deal. You save up all your money so you can shop, and they still do it, but I don't hear any of the new nail techs talk about it anymore. Um, and you look through the book and you see who was going to be there. Young Nails may be there teaching 4 or 5 classes over the next 3 days, and they would give away hours. CEU hours. It could be 3 hours. But if you take one, might have 2 hours, one might have 3 hours. But if you take 2 of their classes, you got 5 hours towards your continuing education hours. So it's like you knocking out 2 birds with 1 stone. And you need those hours to renew your license. They don't ask for it when you renew. They don't here in Illinois, but they may ask for it, and they can ask for it anytime. You're supposed to prove it. Am I still making a part 2 of the Sims? Funny you mentioned that, because I am, but I was sitting back and I have been thinking, like, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Because YouTube invited me on this channel to start offering channel membership. So I set it up on the back end. I'm like, maybe I should put it on there. But then I'm still trying to think through that. Like, it's a lot. Like Sims, it's not an overnight thing. So I still have it going. But I was just wondering, like, were people really interested in watching me do that? But I think so. But I think what I'm going to do is go ahead. I was trying to find a salon that was already set up and built out. And then I was just going to build it out and then just start the reality show here. Now, with that being said, the truth of the matter is, in order to get a lot of the add-on packs that these people create outside of the game, you have to have different expansion packs, and they're not on sale right now. Now, some people could call me cheap. It's not that I don't have the money, but I don't like paying for things that I know are usually 50. If it's usually 50% off, I'm not going to pay regular price, because they have been running all this stuff for 50% off. And then all of a sudden, everything just went back to regular price. And I think that's because they just came out with that expansion pack ecosystems. So I refuse to pay full price for something I know usually is half the price. So that's the other thing I've been watching out for, it to go on sale so I can put all the correct expansion packs, and then I can put the salon in there that I want. And then I'll start running the Chicago-licious salon online, because it's going to be a ratchet hot mess. So I'm still doing it. You said you enrolled in school this fall, but the required courses are either filled or not offered. I plan on taking to admin tomorrow morning. School for nails? Yeah, and I'm gonna say it for like the fifth time. I have nothing against certifications, but I don't want people to be like, "Well, I don't need school because I got certification. I know what I'm doing." Yeah, you know what you're doing artistically, but this is a health thing. So you're saying, um, I don't know about the classes are filled or not offered, but just wait and keep trying because we're in a weird state right now. The country is in a weird position it's never been in my lifetime. So, things may be a little slower moving, but the good thing is you are moving towards it and you're keeping an eye on it. So that's the thing. There are a lot of things we want to accomplish in our life, but as long as you keep an eye out for it, like I'm keeping an eye out for those Sims expansions to go back on sale. But I'm moving towards it, but there's nothing I can do until they move. So you have put the ball into motion, but there's nothing you could do right now until they move. So you just keep doing what you're doing, you keep practicing, you keep doing, or if you're working already, keep doing what you're doing. But you're on the right path and trying to, get everything documented on paper. That's the point. So I wouldn't worry about it. We're in a weird state right now, and a lot of things are frozen, like literally just frozen in place. So it's kind of beyond your control, if you think about it, you know. So what can you do? What can you do? Let's see. Okay, for nail shop. You say you've been doing this for 15 years. Okay, so you already know. And I thank you for inspiring me to quit my job this year. Yes, 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 yes. And that's the thing. It's like you can definitely do it. Let me tell you something. I was going to post in the community board, an agency when I first moved back to Chicago because I was a little scared, stepping back out of corporate and doing this. I had moved back home and I didn't even have a clientele, you guys. I told you I'm so crazy. I moved back home Thanksgiving Day 2016 and I rented a commercial space. Moved in January 1st, 2017. Had no clientele or nothing. I believe in myself that damn hard. But let me tell you what also I did. I'm not going to act like I'm all that. I also went and got me a new pair of slacks and a white button up, and I went on some job interviews and I signed up for 2 agencies for corporate just in case it didn't work out. I did. So I'm not going to act like I got 100% confidence in myself. I have those moments too. I was lining up my backup plans. I flubbed all the interviews because deep down inside I knew that's not what I wanted to do. But it's so funny because now that I'm successful and I never want to work for anyone ever again, I'm getting all these recruiters and I've posted it before, but I got two recruiters today. But one of the emails was offering me a marketing position to work for Google. It was a remote position working for Google doing something, and they were offering me up to $63 an hour. They were like, so let me know, send it back, and we'll get you submitted and we'll get you the interview and let me know. The job is paying like $63 an hour. It was a contract. So let me tell you, it's very tempting for me to step back into corporate because that is more than 100,000 a year. I told you all I could easily step into corporate and make that money, but it's not about the money. If you follow your passion, the money will come. And so I came back to Atlanta and went on interviews and had the suit and the tie. Not the Lord have mercy, I said the tie. I had the slacks and the button up and all that, and I went on the interviews. But really, what I did, I didn't even really want it. I didn't even try on those interviews. I went and activated my Uber. Like I said, my very first video on this channel, I activated my Uber, and I got out there in Uber, and I had rented that spot, and I was just so motivated. I made myself uncomfortable because I lit some fire under my own ass. And you got to do that sometimes. If you're too comfortable, you're not going to move. So literally, I could have taken the easy route and really, 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 you know, just did that. But I knew that wouldn't have made me happy. So I lit the fire under my own butt. I rented a commercial space and did Uber. How uncomfortable is that for a person who's used to making a lot of money? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a lot of money. 100,000 is not a lot of money to me, but a good salary, a good comfortable salary. And I stepped away from that and flubbed that on purpose, subconsciously, to go do Uber and rent a commercial spot with no clientele. because I believed in myself that much and I knew how to brand and market myself. Okay. And it worked out. It did. But I was super uncomfortable for about a year almost. But it made me uncomfortable enough to do what I had to do. The days I was tired, dog tired, it made me do what I had to do because I had no choice. I made myself uncomfortable, you know? This is not really rocket science like people want to make it. It's really not that deep. It's not rocket science. It's just that a lot of people find excuses and find reasons, not to go after things. They find reasons to twist it in their head, as to why it might not work. Or if this happened, oh my God, I'll be homeless and then I have to go live with my mother in law. I can't stand her. You know, People find reasons to talk themselves out of it. Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet. If you got a way out, figure it out, write it out, talk it over with someone who's not going to judge you or talk you out of it. And if it's feasible, just do it. What's the worst that can happen? You know, when you're uncomfortable, that's when you get it. I'm telling you, that's when you find out what you're made of. Like seriously. I've never worked that hard in my life. It was hard. I basically became a taxi cab driver. And I had a commercial lease and I was paying my aunt rent and I had no clientele. I had people that came back in my chair naturally, that I had for years, and I had been gone for 5 years, but they came right back in my chair. But that definitely wasn't a full clientele that came back. But it was just enough pressure. And you know what they say about pressures, right? Pressure makes what? What does pressure make? If you put a lot of pressure on a piece of coal, what does it make? No, thank you, Kimberly. Just saying, think about that. Chicago, do you have a case study on different opportunities for nail techs? I know you got a lot to teach on that subject. Your career stories are so motivating. I'm trying to think about the next case study. I just got off the phone with Cece. She was dead tired. I said, Sunday, we are getting together. Hmm. 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 Should I tell y'all the secret? Should I tell y'all the secret? If I get 4 yeses, I'll tell you the secret. 4 yeses. It's happening on Sunday. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess I will tell you. So we're going to come Sunday. And I've been buying stuff. I've been collecting stuff. I've been putting together collections of things that I think that a lot of nail techs will want. And I know that a lot of nail techs are not licensed just yet, and it's hard for them to get their hands on a lot of good supplies. So I'm going to start an online auction this Sunday, just shaking it up from the case studies, just shaking it up a little bit. And Cece says she's going to be here, but Cece, she's so busy. She has 4 kids, a husband, a dog, and her mom. So it's just like, I hope she's here, but we'll see. But she was going to help me with this first online auction. I'm going to be auctioning off items, items. But it's going to be like boxes of items of my favorite things that I use, things that I know are good, and things that I think that you guys would love to have, but may not have access to. So that was just a little secret. But yeah, yeah. So seems like they stopped a lot of CU, but I thought at the hair shows they still did it. You know what? I'm not seeing it as much though. Like back in the day, everything was CEU. Everything was based around CU. And we would sit down and write out the classes like, okay, on Saturday, we're going to do this and we'll get 2 hours here. And we're going to go to this class at 2 o'clock and get 2 more hours. Then on Sunday, we're going to come back and do this class in the morning and get 3 more hours. They don't even do that anymore. Everybody's just doing certifications and you get nothing for it but this piece of paper that doesn't even help you. You get the knowledge, but I mean, like we wanted the knowledge and we wanted some hours. So I just wanted to clarify, but that's what we're talking about doing this Sunday. We're going to do an online auction. What do you think about an auction? Have you ever been involved in an auction? Auctions are fun. Like you are actually going to be able to kind of like bid on things. It'll be starting really low and it'll go to the best and highest bidder, and that box will be shipped out to them with all these goodies. I'm just asking. You said, will your scrub be in one of the boxes? Yep. Yep. I was over here sweating up a storm and I still got to make some more because these clients they harass me for this damn scrub. I'm like, I was telling Cece, like, oh my God, I used to make this stuff back in the day and sell it like crazy, but I didn't, I make my scrub. I didn't think people liked it like this. And I'm not just saying it's like, I didn't think people liked it like this. I have pre-orders. People will pay. If I run out, people will pay for it. And then I have to just write their name and how much they paid. And then that puts more pressure on me to make more. So like when I finally make a batch, I have to make more than enough because I already have like pre-orders on it. So I'm going to put it in there. I am. I was telling her, I'm like, it's certain things that I have in my personal stash that I need to put in some of these boxes. Like, for instance, I'm going to do a pedicure box because I've been pushing you guys to do some damn pedicures. And so what I'm going to do is maybe I should start out with a pedicure box. Should I start out with the pedicure box? It's basically all the items that I use for my Star Quality Pedicure. Gets the most skin off every time. And if Cece's here, she can join in with me, but we're going to talk about how I do my basic pedicure, but it's really a basic spa pedicure. And no matter what, I have people that come to me just for a pedicure because of the amount of skin that I'm able to get off really easily. I'm going to start out with the pedicure box. And if you guys like it, maybe I'll start out with the pedicure box. I'll pull it together. When I tell you guys, like, I have boxes on top of boxes everywhere. I told Cece, I said, my house looks like a factory. I'm so tired. I don't even have time to unpack all the stuff. I just been ordering things that I use in bulk. And I was just going to try this new concept out with you guys. Like, I'm going to start putting together power packs of things. It's going to be like design based. So this is a design box with all this design stuff in it. Like, I just know that not everyone has access to everything in terms of supplies. Luckily, I know where to get everything because I've been doing it forever. They don't ask me for my license anymore when I go in these places because I've been shopping in these places for so long. I talk to the owners and everything. They give me cigarettes because they know I get nervous when I spend too much money. But I'm just going to start doing that. So I thought that was cool. And it'll be something, let's shake it up a little bit from these serious case studies. I'm going to talk about the benefits of each product, how I use it. I'm hoping to do a demo on there. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that technically on camera live because it's hard to put two cameras on this stream at the same time because of the feedback. It gives it a screeching noise, but I'm still working through that in my mind. But this is what I was thinking. So I will be, okay, so I'm going to start out with the petty box. That's going to be one of the boxes because it's so much stuff. I need to do more than one box. So I'm going to do a petty box and I'm going to do another box, maybe a third box. So I'll do maybe 2 to 3 boxes on Sunday. So you're going to go broke on Sunday and it's not going to be, I don't know. I don't know what type of auctioneers you are. Because the auction, it starts out with like, we'll start today's price at $10, $10. So can I get $10? Can I get $10? Okay, so we got $10 for Kim over there. Can I get 12? Can I get $12? $12, $12. We got Elizabeth, $12, $12. Okay, can I get $13? $13. Do I see $13? 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. Okay, sold to Elizabeth Jones for $12. That's how that'll go. And then you'll email me and I'll send you the invoice and it'll go in the mail. So basically, I don't know how much it'll be. It's like you all will be bidding on it. Okay, so yes for the petty box. Yes for the petty box. I would like to make my own face mask. What face mask? I would say look on YouTube. It's tons of videos on how to make face masks on YouTube. Now, I will tell you, be careful if you're trying to sell it. If you're trying to sell face masks to people, especially to the masses, especially to the public, you got to be careful because you could easily break somebody out. And do you have insurance? I'm just saying, with that face, people's faces are very sensitive. So you can make your own, but if you're trying to sell to other people, be very, very careful with selling face masks to people. Because if people come back and no, I don't mess with people's face. You said you need the boot camp book. Well, did you know, Sarah, that you can use Afterpay? You can finance the book on Afterpay. Yeah. You can finance anything over, I think it's a 39 or 35. So both the digital class and the hard copy are both eligible for Afterpay. So boom, there you go. You can finance it if you wanted to. The auction will be on this channel. That's what we're going to do on Sunday. I want to shake it up. That's why I asked, like, are you guys, do you still want to do case studies? Because we did 11 of them. And I'm just like, let's do something different. So I came up with the idea of coming up with little packs, little product packs, because a lot of people can't get to stuff. And I had a girl that came here for a 101. She drove to my house and we did the 101 live. That's an older video. But the first thing she pulled out was stuff from Sally Beauty Supply. And I was like, oh, there's your problem. And I had to start giving her my stuff. And she instantly had a breakthrough. She instantly had a breakthrough in her craft because she was using things from Sally Beauty Supply. And those things are not professional grade. A lot of it is not professional grade. So that's why, it's important to have professional stuff. You will always feel like you're not doing well if you're using bad materials. Yep. Kimberly says she bidding to win. Uh-oh. Oh my God. It's going to be a lot of boxes and stuff all over my house. When I tell y'all stuff, it's like boxes stacked everywhere. And then, oh my God, it'll be a lot of boxes coming. Natural hair mask. Hair is decent, but face, be careful selling stuff for people's face that hasn't been created by a dermatologist or a professional chemist, because especially when you create things from scratch don't have, unless you're putting preservatives in them, sometimes that's irritating to the skin. My ex-boyfriend was a cosmetic chemist. A lot of products on the shelf we created together. And I'm telling you, if you're not putting preservatives in them, you got to be careful. Also, when you're making natural products without preservatives, they have a certain shelf life and they can go rancid, which can also be a problem. So just be careful when you start messing with the face. And if you do, at least put a label. And this is something this is consultation information. At least put a label on there that says something about a shelf life like Lush does. Lush does that because they are all natural. They put expiration dates and they put disclaimers on there. So you need to put a disclaimer. This is all natural, good for whatever, however long it lasts from this date. And maybe you have to pencil in the date, which is a good thing because it makes it a more personalized buying experience. And then if it needs to be refrigerated, you need to tell them those things. Like Lush, you need to model that type of business after Lush. So that's the business model you should kind of look at. Sarah said, I don't qualify. What don't you qualify for? What? You don't qualify? I'm confused. What are you talking about you don't qualify for? What is it that you don't qualify? Why? Why don't you qualify? I'm confused. Huh? Sarah? Okay, Kimberly says she remembered that video. Yeah, see that she came with those thick tips from Sally Beauty Supply and all that. I had to start giving her my stuff, my brush, everything. Yeah, I was like, girl, no, you cannot be using these thick old giant brick tips. You can. I can use anything and make it look decent. I can use some super nail acrylic and make it look okay. I know it's not going to last, it's going to break down, but I can make it look decent. But that takes time. But if you're trying to learn, you got to learn with the good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't qualify. But yeah, that was the surprise. And that's gonna come Sunday. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that she's coming. If not, I'll do it by myself and I'll put together the boxes tomorrow, and we'll be going live on Sunday. So we're gonna try something new. We're gonna shake it up from the case study for a minute. We're gonna go to these boxes. And actually what we might do, we might start mixing them both in together, a case study, and then we'll end up with the auction. Let's make it fun because we've all been cooped up in the house and we need to have some fun. Don't you think? I think so. I think we need to have some fun because I'm like going crazy. So don't forget to subscribe or check out the Chicago show. It may not be your thing, but it may. There's a video up there right now, the Chicago show. And I did a story time about that time my aunt outed me for being gay. So check out the Chicago show. Rate, subscribe, tell a friend. Make sure you keep an eye out because I'm going to try to put that post up for the one on Sunday so you'll know in advance when it's coming. And I'm going to catch you all in the next video. And I promise I'm coming on live. I'm just not cute today. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good one.